On February 16, 2024, shocking news became a headline. Alexei Navalny, Russian opposition leader, died in prison in Russia. His name was synonymous with defiance and dissent in contemporary Russia. In this video, we will take a look at his life and his efforts. Stay tuned. Born on June 4, 1976, in Butin, a town near Moscow, Alexei Navalny grew up in a typical Soviet-era family. His upbringing, like that of many Russians of his generation, was influenced by the transition from the Soviet Union to the Russian Federation. Navalny's academic journey led him to study law at the People's Friendship University of Russia in Moscow, and later finance and securities at the Finance University under the government of the Russian Federation. In the mid-2000s, Alexei Navalny embarked on his path of activism with the launch of a blog dedicated to exposing corruption within Russian politics and business. His fearlessness in confronting the powerful elite quickly gained him a significant following, both online and offline. Navalny utilized his legal background to investigate and uncover instances of corruption, earning him the title of Anti-Corruption Crusader. One of Navalny's most significant initiatives was the establishment of the Anti-Corruption Foundation (FBK) in 2011, dedicated to investigating and exposing corruption at the highest levels of the Russian government. Through investigative journalism and grassroots mobilization, Navalny and the FBK have brought attention to embezzlement, bribery, and other corrupt practices, earning him praise from supporters and condemnation from the Kremlin. Navalny's activism quickly moved beyond online campaigns and protests as he aimed to transform widespread discontent into tangible political change. In 2013, he ran for mayor of Moscow, finishing second with a significant share of the vote despite facing numerous obstacles and accusations of electoral fraud. Navalny couldn't run for presidency in 2018 because he faced legal challenges and controversial conviction of embezzlement charges, which many believed were politically motivated. On August 20, 2020, Alexei Navalny's life took a drastic turn when he fell critically ill during a flight from Siberia to Moscow. He was later transferred to a hospital in Germany, where tests confirmed he had been poisoned with a nerve agent from the Novichok group, a deadly chemical weapon developed by the Soviet Union. Navalny survived the assassination attempt, but faced a long and difficult recovery process. The poisoning incident sparked international outrage and condemnation, with many pointing fingers at the Russian government, although Kremlin officials denied any involvement. Navalny himself accused Russian President Vladimir Putin of ordering the attack, alleging it was retaliation for his anti-corruption activism and growing influence as an opposition figure. Despite the assassination attempt, Navalny remained determined in his opposition to the Russian government upon his recovery. He continued to criticize Putin's regime and rally support for his cause, both within Russia and on the global stage. However, Navalny's resilience was met with further challenges upon his return to Russia on January 17, 2021. Immediately upon his arrival at Moscow's airport, he was detained by Russian authorities, citing a violation of parole terms from a previous embezzlement conviction, which Navalny and his supporters deemed politically motivated. The detention of Navalny sparked widespread protests across Russia, with thousands taking to the streets to demand his release and denounce government corruption and repression. The Russian authorities responded with mass arrests and a crackdown on dissent, further escalating tensions between the opposition and the Kremlin. On February 2, 2021, a Moscow court revoked Navalny's 3.5-year suspended sentence, converting it to a prison term, adjusted for the time spent under house arrest, resulting in a sentence of over 2.5 years in a corrective labor colony. In February 2022, Navalny faced another trial, where he was confronted with charges of fraud and contempt of court, adding 15 years to his prison sentence. On December 11, 2023, Navalny's aides revealed that they had not had any contact with him for 6 days. According to their statements, he was removed from the penal colony where he had been imprisoned and his current whereabouts are not known. Later, on December 25th, it was revealed that he had been relocated to a special regime colony known as Polar Wolf in Kharp, situated in the Arctic Circle. Tragically, on February 16, 2024, the Federal Penitentiary Service confirmed Navalny's death while in prison. According to their statement, Navalny had felt unwell during a morning walk, and despite efforts by prison staff to resuscitate him, they were unsuccessful. With the passing of Alexei Navalny, the world bids farewell to a prominent voice for change in Russia. His dedication to fighting corruption and advocating for democracy leaves a significant mark on his country's history. Navalny's life reminds us of the importance of speaking truth to power and standing up for what is right, even in the face of adversity. Though his journey has come to an end, his legacy will continue to inspire others to strive for a better tomorrow. It was a brief overview of Alexei Navalny's life and efforts. If you found this content informative, please like it and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to hear from you, so feel free to share your thoughts, comments, and ideas for future topics in the comments section. Thank you for joining, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.